Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is MMP. For those of you who are new here, you are welcome. This is a wonderful space and trust me, you're going to be blessed in this space. So today from Let's Talk Today, we have a show, and in today's show, we're talking on a very interesting topic. Are you ready for this? Let's do this.
I got zero friends.
You are welcome back. So I have a guest here, a wonderful guest, a bishop, ROCL former president. Welcome, welcome,
you,
sir. It's such a great honor to have you here.
Thank you, ma.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, ma.
So today, I'm sure you guys already know what the topic is: setting boundaries in a relationship.
Yeah.
And this topic is not just limited to the intimate kind of relationship alone. So we're also looking at other aspects, whether in friendship, generally,
family, members,
business, associates, and all of that. How do we set boundaries in a relationship? So I'll give it to you from here.
All right. So, well, I think one thing persons need to know first when it comes to setting boundaries relationship, if you first know what relationship is in the first place. So without you knowing what relationship is, you cannot know the type of boundaries
you set in that relationship.
So I think relationship can be a mutual feeling, mutual connection between two parties, two group, two organizations. It's either two or more. Yeah, it can be more, but at least two first. Then on the other note is a connection, feeling between be a male and a female that leads to romance, things like that. So on the note of setting boundaries now, you now know how to set boundaries. If it is with your maybe partner now, maybe that is leading to maybe marriage or something, then you know the boundaries you set with the person. Then if it comes to maybe with your co-workers, family members, people who are really maybe not that really intimate with you, the boundaries to set.
As well.
It will now lead us to the type of boundaries we have. So setting now boundaries on its own now it refers to limits you put in place.
For
so that your well-being now will be protected.
Okay.
So you put limits in place to protect your well-being and even that of the other person. So it's not as if maybe setting boundaries it will make you to maybe you're a bad person or
most of the times when people see people who are very principled, because they'll be like, you're too principled, you're too rigid, be flexible and all of that. So most of the times we don't even know why they set these boundaries. Me on my own end, I know at a point that God was really disciplining me and building my capacity on self-discipline. I make sure that I don't even open the door for the devil, because you see that boundaries of a thing, it helps you to close the door against uncertain things. At my own
things that can
what of God says, little fault six, can stand against us on the last day. So at my own end, I told myself that if I'm going to abstain from sexual immorality, or I should not even open the door for the devil to come in. I should not even if you're not going to, I always use analogy every time, that if you're not going to finish the bottle of a Fanta, don't even open it.
Don't even receive it.
Don't even go and buy it and say, I want to buy it and keep it there. I'll drink small later, I will drink it till life from the pit of So at my own, when I came to school 100 level and I saw that, like, God, I've been when you're going to school now, your parents will sit you down one night and give you all the advice in this world.
Every advice.
So
they will still call you to remind you again.
Do you get it? So I said to myself that I decided to set boundaries. What should do, what should not do. Like at my own end, I make sure that I don't open my door for any guy to come once it's above 7 p.m. And if once a guy you come to visit me, I'll make sure that my door was open, or maybe somebody was with me. Basically I like closing my door, but I might be forced at that period to let the door be open. And if the door is not going to be opened, I will make sure that somebody's around. So try the opposite sex. So that there's nothing you can do with me that time. That's it. So like you said, that we need to set boundary for most times for our own safety.
Yes, sure. Just for our safety and even for the
even saving the other person, you get it.
Because there are certain movements that you might make Okay, let's just take for instance, maybe person coming to visit me, then staying late.
Yeah,
So if my
it's very
boundaries,
continuously.
yeah. So if I'm a person that sets my boundary now is okay. Once you are here, once it's 7 p.m., you start preparing to go. So and you now you like maybe staying till 9, 10,
in a female's house. And
that,
let's talk about this actually. You get
the
it?
environment we are.
Let's talk about it because most of the times brothers fall victims of this.
Yeah.
Especially spiritual brothers. Now this is, we're not trying to criticize anybody here. Sure. You get it?
Sure.
Now most of the times they make this mistake. They can go to a lady's house and they leave anytime. And like, I know that well they know themselves, or they are children of God. They will not. This is not about what you think you are not going to do, or what you think you can do.
Yeah.
It's what the word who are seeing you know, the message we are passing across to them.
It's true.
You get it? Because you might come to visit me now, Bishop, and you state it, and nothing actually happens. When somebody sees you leaving my gate, a message will be like, okay, maybe they are dating.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I mean, especially when the guy is coming continually, be like, no, you don't feel like to me. You don't feel like give me. You get it? Something is actually good. But this is what boundaries save us. Save us. It's not as though maybe we are concerned about people's opinion, because whether or not you do or you don't do, people will always talk. And I don't really care about what they say, right? But now we are trying to say that what boundary does is to save you from all of this.
To save you from unexpected maybe criticism, attack from other parties.
It's healthy that you set boundaries, whether in your relationship. If you are in a relationship, know that okay, this is the time we want to meet, discuss about it. Okay, in this relationship, no sex, no romance. Whatever you don't want, just boundary. That's what boundary means. What you are comfortable with, you know, what you know that you are going to work with, and what
not hurt your emotions.
And secondly, you should be aligning to the word of God,
and to the will of God,
and to the will of God. So don't set boundaries that you are selfish about.
Yes, it should not be rigid.
That's not rigid boundary. You know, that one that
healthy and unhealthy
boundary. Maybe a guy is saying that okay, in this relationship, okay, I will not have sex with you, but I'm going to kiss for you. But that is also a form of immorality. So sin is sin, whether kissing sin or sex sin, all of them, sin is sin. So boundaries help to
protect our well-being.
And
it even helps to build our self-esteem.
Exactly. Imagine if your relationship that you know you did not fornicate to the brother, and he's telling you that I'm not doing again. Okay, you're not doing again. All right.
Nothing is lost.
You will not lose.
You will gain more self.
Exactly. Your respect will be there. That nothing you didn't mess up.
That reputation. That value.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Tomorrow, like, if you had messed up with him or with her, tomorrow when you are like, I'm not doing again, she'll be thinking. You see, most of the times, why ladies are crying for breakup, it's because of what they are giving. Aside maybe the other resources, like maybe as a spiritual sister, you are giving prayer, you are interceding spiritually and everything, and that financial resources is not what is making them to cry. Most of the time they are looking at it, so oh, maybe the damage do you get it? The edge that have been broken, that is what most times ladies see back to. So they are like, they are injured emotionally, because the Bible have said, they said for one, both of them shall become one. So why God said we should leave sex to after marriage or in marriage is so that you can be bond together with that. Sex brings that bond. So whoever that you are born to, if the person is not married to you, spiritually you are bound to that person. God, that's what sex does. Spiritually you are bound to that. But that's why you see that when the person does anything at that moment, he hurts you. When it tears you,
has been a connection.
because there is now a connection that is beyond a friendship, a normal, kind of connection. And even aside maybe even sex, now when you kiss someone and there is now issue with that relationship,
it will send
a signal
into the mind. Then
and you be like, oh, this person that I've given in my whole, the whole. When ladies are like, I have given the whole of my, I did everything for you, and this I want to pay me back, and I'm like, what did you do for him? What did you do for him?
What have you done?
What have you done?
that we don't know.
That we don't know, because if it's money, it's gifts you bought. I mean, I used to buy a lot of person's gifts. If it's gift that I bought for you, God will provide for me. I'll keep buying in the name of Jesus.
Sure,
so if it's prayers, okay, as a Christian sister, you should learn how to pray selflessly for people.
Yeah.
And if a guy is even saying I'm not doing again as a child of God, it's for you to even thank God, because the person does not even know your value.
Yeah.
You get it? So the question is now that what else did you give aside what you were supposed to give? So setting boundaries in relationship help you
to protect generally your well-being.
All that has to do with your well-being,
self-esteem. So as in, there's nothing lost.
So if you're taking a walk majestically,
you are free. You are free. You are free from maybe side talks.
Exactly.
You are free from backbiters.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. So your conscience is clear.
It's clear. And not be like, oh God, what if he goes to tell pastor that this is what he did?
Your
what
white is not stained. Yes. So that's how it is.
So boundary is very good for you to set, my dear.
Yeah.
Please learn to. So the next part we want to talk about is how can we actually adjust boundaries when you know that it's rigid and it's something that you know that okay, the other party is not actually or parties are not actually, you know, comfortable with that boundary. So how can we adjust boundaries?
All right. So I think, well, one of the ways we can adjust boundaries now is for us to first know that okay, these boundaries, they are not a heap of stone.
Okay.
Rather, are they mountain that cannot be moved? Yes. So, and as time goes on, as circumstances change or set in, so there will be a need for us to adjust certain boundaries. Now, adjusting boundaries does not mean you are maybe losing out on your values. No. Or it does not mean you are not maybe that respect will not be there again.
Yeah.
But at least for the meantime, for the sake of the period, the circumstance, now you need to do one or two adjustments.
Yeah.
Okay, just take for instance, if let's speak on maybe in a family level now, maybe the father is the head of the family, responsible for everything, and maybe along the line he has been doing it since. He has been doing it, and along the line maybe something happened and there's a break in the inflow of finance. So he can decide to cut one or two expenses. So the mother now or the children should not now say, okay, because dad is now doing like this, he does not love us. No, does not mean does not love. Just because there's been a little break in the flow of finance now, so he can decide to set one or two adjustments. Yeah, so it's not because people will hate you or.
So in other words, you're saying that adjustment is needed at some point in your relationship. So even when it comes to dating, and that means those one in relationship, that means that now for the sake of those going to be watching, not I don't know the answer to this question, for the sake of those who will be watching, are you saying that if I should set a boundary in my relationship to say that in this relationship, I'm not having sex, you are not touching me, we are not kissing, we are not doing tight hug.
We are not hugging,
Not like there are side hugs, but say tight hug. You know that times that you'll be so excited and harmlessly hug someone. There's no other intention in that. You know, get it? Why there are tight hugs? You know, this one is making you feeling teeny in your body. You get it? You don't get it, forget about it. Now, if I not set that kind of boundary, and I don't want people to have misconception on what you said formally, or previously. So in that situation, do I need to adjust my boundary?
All right. So in that type of situation, you should know that as a Christian now or as a Christian sister, even the brother,
even as a Christian brother,
so even the brother now should respect that if truly the person is behaving Christ-like, so you should know that this thing this person is doing is even for my own benefit too. So just like saying just like you said, when it comes to maybe hug, too much attraction, no, too much of it can actually send wrong signals.
This teacher has even said it, that we should not flee from every appearance of evil. He didn't say you should walk, he didn't say you should.
You need wings to flee.
You need to Bishop has spoken. We need to flee from every appearance of evil.
So now when it comes to that aspect, then so it will be that this is what has been on ground before. No hug, no kiss, no too much connection that will lead to one or two. So I think that it cannot be adjusted for that. Now the only time you need to adjust is when we are now married. So you not say because in the dating
I
process,
am in the secret room, sir.
yes. Yes. So you don't say because in the dating period there were boundaries of not hugging. Now we are married, as in all right has been fulfilled. Even the spiritual right has been fulfilled. Everything. So it's, you as in you two are now one.
Now you just have to be flexible. That was
then that's it will now lead them to another maybe setting of boundaries again in the marriage now.
Another phase of boundaries.
Yes. So it maybe that one it cannot be like, okay, honey, maybe when I'm fasting this period time.
So it's only want to be calling your wife. Hey, guys, did you hear that?
That's just an example, actually. Yeah. So it's not be like, okay, maybe when I'm fasting, okay, I will need to please have my own time.
Yeah.
There won't be any.
Even Apostle Paul even said that even if you are going to fast for a very long period of time, you should seek consent from your spouse.
Yeah, at least.
Because
the two
now you are now one.
Yes.
So there should be an agreement. Not that he's coming close or she's coming. Could be like no. Abstain from me, please. I cast you out. I bind you.
You are binding. Yeah. So at least there should be
an agreement
between the two parties. Yes, sure. So there should be an agreement. Okay. For this also time, this is what I'm doing.
We've really dwell much on relationship. Now let's bring it to other aspects of relationships.
Okay.
Not the intimate kind of relationship. Let's come to family. Let's come to friendships and co-workers. Yeah. Okay. Now, if in a relationship that you already know that these persons are toxic, toxic to your health, and they are selfish, what should you do? What kind of boundaries should you set? Should you set a kind of boundary that makes you stay away from them? Should you stay away from them?
Rigid boundary now.
Yeah. Now, is rigid boundary needed at that point?
Okay.
Because if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm talking about not the intimate kind of relationship now. Now, if this relationship has been hurting me, has been causing pain, and I've been enduring the relationship instead of enjoying the relationship, now should I set rigid boundaries?
Wow. Right. So in this aspect, I would advise that the person pray to God first, seek the counsel of God on what to do. Because I will not advise a rigid boundary to be set. Because you never can tell. Relationship also, they are advantageous connection.
Exactly.
So you can set rigid boundaries now, then you will not lose on what you are supposed to gain in that relationship. So the best thing is to pray to God first and know what
God is leading you to
do.
That is
at
true.
That point.
That is true. I think I had experience of this thing you're talking about some years ago. I had this friend of mine who I so much trusted. She was very close to me, and she really should I use the word betrayed? I got betrayed at some point, and I was really disappointed. And very hurt.
Sure.
And God helped me. I went back to pray about it and pray for God to help me to forgive. I thought what she did was very terrible, and I pray for God to help me forgive her, which God helped me, and I forgave her, and she also came back to ask for forgiveness, that she was sorry and everything. I forgave, and today we are good. We're best of friends
together again.
I don't want to use the word best of, but we are good friends.
You are still close. You are still together.
It's only the Holy Spirit that's my best friend.
Yeah.
So today we are good friends. I'm reaching out to her when I can by the grace of God, and she also reaches out to me when. You get it?
Just imagine if you had not.
Imagine if I had.
Counsel of God on
exactly,
what to do.
And I just decided to say, you know what? I'm closing this door.
Yeah, cut it off. So at least by God's grace, or
I've been a blessing to her by the grace of God, and
she has been too
a blessing to me too.
Because there are persons who are. People will surely come into our life, and we should know why they are in our life at that moment. So if we don't know, that's when it comes to purpose and pursuit. So if we don't know why they are in our life at that moment, we'll definitely lose out on what we can gain from them and what they can gain from us. Yeah, so that's how it is. So we should not ask, okay, because this person did this, because this person maybe it's just a mistake, little mistake, because nobody's above him.
Mistake, true.
So just because of little mistake, you now say, okay, I'm not doing it again.
I'm not doing it again.
We are no more friends again.
Even in relationships, like people will be like, oh, because of what you have done, I'm breaking up with you. I'm ending this relationship. Well, so I think that most of the times why people do that, because they don't place value on the relationship
in the beginning.
In the beginning, yes. Because if you place value on the relationship, you will learn to address the problem and not the persons involved.
Yeah,
just like in my own case, it was true that God was putting me through the series of understanding what relationship is. Because if you cannot keep even friendship it will be very difficult to even keep the intimate kind of relationship. You get it? So it was through then that God said, put me on the series of building relationship and how to build relationship. And I got to know that in relationship you have to learn forbearance. You have to learn forbearance. You have to learn forgiveness. You have to learn patience. You have to love selflessly, because most of the times you will give and you might not really receive the way you give,
the way you want it to come,
and the way you want it to come back to you. I might spend several hours at your place, just with you, and you might not come to my house
at all,
and that might be hurting to you. And maybe you just at a point you needed me to reciprocate it. Now if you are not selfless at that point, you might withdraw.
At
that point, it's only me that is giving. Am I a spoon? You get it? So we need to define the relationship, and we need God to direct us, because it could be that God can place you in that person's life for years just to be the one giving,
to the person,
not receiving now. Just be the one giving, just to build that person. Build that person's capacity on how to give. I'm saying it because I've been in that shoe. To get it? For more than 2 years, I was placed in someone's life just to be the one giving the affection, just to be the one giving the listening ear, just to be the one giving the comfort.
Teaching that person.
I didn't know that what I was doing was indirectly teaching this person a new perspective of life. Or on how to manage friendship.
How to deal with humans.
How to deal with humans. So only for me to know that after 2 years or going to 3 years later, I heard this testimony and I was broken. So God can. So when we are setting boundaries, say that, okay, I don't do this, I don't do that. Or let me come back to my own self. There was a time in my life that I told you before in 100 level, you can't leave my house 7:30 p.m. and say, brother, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? So you can't come to my, tell me I come to my house 6:30. When do you want to leave? So, but when I kept growing, I knew that, okay, I've mastered my growth. I've mastered my sense of reasoning. I've grown to a certain level to be able to manage people and everything, to deal with people, to know
the right manner,
exactly, so that it will not be offensive and all of that. I had to adjust my boundaries. Most of the time, God will give you instruction on what to do. Set this particular boundary. Don't say, okay, what if the person now gets angry? If they want to get angry, they should get angry. It's better that they are offended than God is not offended, and God being offended and God not being the same page with you.
So it's better we are not on the same page with
them, with the word,
with the humans now. So at a point, than not being with God.
With God.
Overall.
If the scripture that says, if God is for you, who can be against you? Now, if God is against you,
where we now run to?
Who is backing you up? Thank you very much, Emoji. The way you're addressing this topic is so amazing. So my last question for you today is, how do we respond to people's boundaries?
All right. So
should we take a walk when we see that these people, they are title? Should we leave them?
Or we should just flare up.
Or we should just be like, gosh, you're not the only person that is here. And you're not the only child of God that wants to go to heaven. Me too, I want to go to heaven. What's this?
Heaven is the goal for all of us.
Yes, you are too rigid. You are too this and that. So how do we respond to people so that we will not end up making them feel that they are foolish? There are times, or they are spiritual, like sometimes we want to nickname them. So how do we respond to their own boundaries so that we will not make them feel too bad, and same time we are passing whatever information we want to pass across to them?
Okay. Well, I think the first thing to do is to first know that the person setting boundaries now, they are human beings like you too. Then that even you yourself, you have your boundaries too. So you should put yourself in their shoes. Okay, if I'm the one setting this boundary, this particular one, and persons come, how would they feel about it? So one of the best things to do is you listen to yourself first. Yes, you listen to yourself. Then, just like you say, you can take a walk and at least get fresh air. At least, then from there you can okay, this is why this person is setting this. But what the person setting boundaries know that they know what is best for them. They know what they can deal with. They know what is comfortable for them. So that's it. So you should at least listen, take a walk, get fresh air, and reflect on what is said. Okay, why is this person doing like this? Why does this person want me to leave their place so time? what's the person trying to protect. Because even we ourselves,
now it's not about you, first of all.
Yeah,
it's about them.
Yes.
You know, if you are saying that I don't like a guy, for instance, me now, I don't like a guy leaving my house at night. It's not about you. It's not like maybe I don't trust you, or maybe you're not a child, or you're not born again, or I don't love you, or I don't think that you have that capacity to manage a lady. It's about me. It's about what I want and what I think that is good for me.
Comfortable with.
You get it?
Yes. So, and once you see that, okay, this is what the person like, this is what they are comfortable with, and maybe somehow along the line, since we are still human, you tend to maybe break the edge now. You should apologize. Don't be arrogant.
Did you hear that? Please, did you?
You should apologize.
Let me save my breath.
So you should learn to apologize. It's not for only the guys now, but for the ladies
as well. Yeah.
There is vice versa. You should learn to apologize, because you know the way you treat humans it will lead them to, as in they will get to know the type of person you are. Then once there are times there might be a need for recommendation. So just imagine if I've treated you wrongly before now. So you won't recommend me for a certain maybe position, certain place. So that's how it is. So we should learn to, at least we should learn to apologize. Yes, that, because most persons don't like apologizing.
Exactly.
Yes, so they are too bossy kind of.
So we can go on and on to give instances, but we are going to call it off here. And I trust that people are blessed already. You've gotten the message. Make sure that in anything you want to do, make sure that you pray about it and tell God to lead you. Yes, you should.
Even when you want to even apologize, you should be led on the right way to use.
When to apologize and the words to say why apologize. Because there are some sorry you will tell people, instead of it calming them, it's as if it's flaming up. Yes, the anger. So please. Because we are humans and you don't actually know. There's no how you are close to me that you actually know me
as in
totality, 100%. Until you, that's why you have to go back to God. You know,
ask on
that knows this person, that created this person.
He knows what
God, okay, this is what this person has done, or this is how this person is making me feel. How should I approach the person? There was a time that somebody offended me. I had to go back to say, God, this person has really offended me. How should I address? Because you see, when you want to work with your emotions, you mess it up. You really mess it, and you keep having problems with people. You get it? There are times that people will offend you, and you don't have to reciprocate how you are feeling. Just swallow it. Calm. Just let it go. Put it behind you.
Say, go to the bush, dig the ground, and pour it there.
And come out. But that's the fact. And you know, one thing in marriage, why people don't always have issues in marriage or relationship is because they want to respond to everything. Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo said something. He said, if you keep responding to everything that a woman says, you are going to die early. And it's the fact. And this is not only about women alone, or women alone. Generally, if you want to keep responding to everything that your partner is saying, you will keep having, you will not have peace. See, peace will be denied in your relationship.
To the family setting,
joy will be denied. Even in your there are times you have to ignore when they step on your toes. There are times you have to ignore when they don't greet you. Greet them.
Yeah, if person don't greet you, you greet
them. If they don't compliment on how you look, compliment on theirs. They don't have to be the one to do it first. Say, oh, she's feeling like she's on top of the world. Hello, I'm on top of the world. Oh God, I'm just joking. Okay, so please let's try to manage people. Let's learn forbearance. Let's learn forgiveness. Let's learn to love.
Let's learn patience.
Let's learn humility. God. There's a lot that humility will save from you. You know, people who are humble most times they're always silent. And that silence, you know what it helps them to avoid. They avoid having conflict and
as in many things.
Just like the word of God said that we should love our neighbors.
See, there are times we should keep deaf ear to what they are saying. There are times.
If you want to keep responding to everything you are hearing, you have problems. So don't even treat them like they are your enemies. So because you step on my toes, tomorrow if I see you, I'm not going to
cut your own toe.
I'll cut your own toe. Treat them with love. Treat them. Why? Even if you've set boundaries, it's okay. there are some things I will not collect from this person, there are some things I will not tell this person, which we know that is for your own wellness. But it doesn't mean that when there is time for them you to help them, you will say, oh, it was you that slapped my child that day. So because of this, your child is sick, I will not help your child to, you know, maybe I have a car.
I will not drive.
Maybe I have a car. I will not drive this child to the hospital. Go and look for Uber. Help when you need to help. In fact, this is the way that God is even going to be using to bless you and also break them. Now, before we call it a day, I'm going to share this story with you guys. There's this woman I was told, okay, she discovered that her husband was cheating on her, and the husband knew that the wife was already aware that he was cheating on the wife. Do you know what he did? When he came home, he was frightened because the wife was already prepared surprise package at home. You know, when you have designed the house with some balloons and some petals, red petals, and the dining table is so garnished with food and everything. And when the husband came back, he wanted the husband's bag and the suit, and told the husband to go and freshen up and come to the dining table. So when the husband freshened up, my husband came and was scared, like, what has happened? This woman have not poisoned this food. And the woman like, eat, don't be scared. And the woman ate from the food and was like, wow. And the husband also was still surprised, but then he also ate of the food. And this is the testimony. The testimony is that God, through that act of love, act of forgiveness, you know, God used it
even before the sin was seen.
Before the sin, there was already a forgiveness. You get it? The husband forgave and stopped womanizing, stopped cheating on the wife, and forgave, knelt down, pleaded for forgiveness. And though it was hurting, but the woman forgave. Now imagine that as this man just came in, the woman will be like, "You are cheating on me. I'm signing a divorce."
Room to the man to continually
signing divorce papers and this. I'm leaving this marriage. I'm not going to. Let's talk on how we're going to. Let's talk on how we are going to take care of our children and share the properties.
Take 2 kids. You take 3.
And the marriage would have been dissolved. There won't have a future, you know, parental future for the children. You get it? Because most of the time, what decisions we make is not just for us.
It will affect the children and even the society at large.
Even you as an individual, it's going to affect you. So
psychologically and emotionally.
It's going to, So do you have a last word to give to your people before we go?
All right. So I think what I would just like to say is, we should learn to love persons. Because don't set boundaries because maybe this person now when it comes to mutual relationship now, and because I don't really like this person, I will now set a rigid boundary. You know, it should not be on a basis of biasness. So it should be on a basis of love. That's the
every boundary you are setting.
It should be on a basis of love.
Yes. From the point of love.
And also let's always learn to seek God counsel before we do everything. Because there are persons you want to be friends with, God will say no. No,
it's not time. And sometimes never.
So just imagine you now go ahead. Now be seeing different type of maybe in the relationship. Thank you.
So this is what we're going to call it a day. So if you've not shared this video, please do. If you've not liked, please like. I think the like button is at my left, if I'm not mistaken. So please like this video, share, and please subscribe. If you're a first watcher, you just visited my page for the first time, please watch this video. Please stay with us. We are really interesting here and peaceful. Trust me, we are very peaceful. Just like my name, we are loving. And you are going to be learning a lot as time goes on. So we're going to stop here till I come your way again. Remain positive and remain loving. Let's say that together, please.
Okay.
So till I come your way again, remain positive and remain loving. God bless you. Set boundaries in that relationship.
Yes, set boundaries.
Bye.
To save your plenty stress.
To save your plenty stress.